Well, welcome to another episode of my favorite oil pastels and some tools that I like using. They are called color shapers. Have no idea what they're actually supposed to be used for, but I use them to smooth out my pastels. Now, I have the pansy here from last week, and I also wanted to do some blueberries. Now, the blueberry design was another design that I had made up several years ago, hoping to get them used on a surface design, which would be fabric or tissue paper or wrapping paper. And so here I am fulfilling one of my dreams that I've always had. I'm doing the artwork, and now I'm somebody that really has never loved technology, but I have to say that I'm so happy for it now, and I've been using it quite a bit, and I'm so incredibly grateful that we have it, that I can actually take these designs and scan them into my laptop and then create designs and put them on my spoonflower shop. And I'm just so excited to be able to do that. And so here I'm doing the artwork for that. And I like doing the traditional way. I love the way the pastels feel in my hands. I like smoothing things with my hands. Some people, I think, like using the computer for drawing. I have not really done it much, I'll say, and I don't really feel like I want to, but this is how I do it, at least right now. I do it by hand. So I approach this the same way that I approach the pansy drawing. If you watched that, I first just scribble in the basic colors that I think I'm going to use, and then I use that color shaper tool that has a rubber flexible tip on the end. It's kind of like a spatula, and it's great for smoothing things out, but as I said before, I like using my fingers to finish the spreading. And I definitely play around with the color a little bit. I know I'm going to use blue and bluish purple, like a lavender color. But it's funny, when I do these blueberries, the color that really makes this come to life is this sky blue color. And I'm trying to get the effect on these blueberries that they have of kind of like a frosted look, which I think you know what I'm talking about. So I'm really having fun doing that. And as always, when I start out a drawing, I've been drawing for so many years, but I always get a little apprehensive, like I'm not going to be able to pull it off. And I'm always just so happy with the way they come out. It's very rare that something doesn't come out the way I hoped it would or better. So I'm putting in the leaves now, and the leaves, I'm using several different greens. And I love the blue and the green together. I just love the way those look. So I'm basically using the same exact technique I used on the blueberries, except I'm using greens. So I rough in the darker color, then I'm putting in a little bit lighter color, and then I'm going to smooth it out with my tool. And the first time I smoothed out the leaves, I really didn't love the way that they looked, but then I just added some contrast with different greens, and I ended up just loving the way the leaves came out. So, when you do a lot of drawing, and this doesn't mean that someone that doesn't have experience can't do it too, but when you do a lot of drawing, you just kind of learn little tricks that will improve your drawings. And a lot of the tricks have to do with just using light and dark colors in the right place, and also the thickness of lines. Now, in this case, the thickness of the lines was what was making me unhappy. I used a darker green to outline the leaves, and I really didn't like the way they looked. So I used my handy little tool, and I ended up going over all of the lines, those darker green lines, and thinning them way out, and that made all of the difference. And then I added some really light highlights, and I just loved the way it came out. So I just wanted to share the design that I made with it. I did one where I put the blueberries close together, and then I did another one where I left a little bit of space between the blueberries, not much, and then put in a green background. So you can see these designs if you wanted to. The link is on my YouTube channel to my Spoonflower shop. And I hope I see you next week.